Thank you very much. I would like to say thank you very much for your speech. It was very interesting, and thank you for taking time out to speak with us. As she said, my name is Catherine from Nigeria, and I'd like to ask a few questions. First of all, you spoke about the environment. It was very impressive to see that Mauritius is taking the environment into consideration because that is one of the relevant and prevalent topics currently in the international system. So I would like to ask, how does cultural diplomacy play a part in tourism in Mauritius? So,
You see, Mauritius is a multicultural country, and cultural diplomacy is very important because of the historical links that we have with France, with England, with India, with Africa. And you know, Mauritius is known as a country where you have unity in diversity. And this is where cultural diplomacy, even you will see that we have got embassies, in around 18 countries, and we try to link, okay, to link with all countries. And it's very important that we have stability. It's very important that we have social harmony, that we have the social fabric very right in Mauritius because you have different religion, different communities, and we are known in the whole world as a country where, all the different religion we live very well, and there's a communal harmony. There are many researchers which are even being done on Mauritius. What are the different methods and options, or the different ways which are being used to maintain social harmony? And that's where cultural development, and if you look at in Mauritius, you have a system of election where they try to make sure that all the different religions, all the different communities are represented in parliament. We have a type of system which is known as the best loser system, because you have one community which is majority. They make sure that they try to correct so that there is not only one community which is a majority, which try to get all the votes, all the seats in parliament. There is the corrective measure, okay, which is known as the best loser system, where you have other people from other communities, even if they have lost, they enter parliament. So all these things, even in terms of symbolism, symbolism is very important, and perception. So they try to make sure that the different positions in the country, like the president, the vice president, the prime minister, the deputy prime minister, there is a way where people see that there is a type of inclusive and participatory approach to everything.
thank you, sir.
Um, my name is Christine. I'm from Tanzania. I'm going to ask you the next question. First, I would like to say thank you for the amazing presentation, and you mentioned things which got my attention, and one of them is questioning what is kept in front of us.
Exactly.
On this sense, I want to question the media. As it's seen, most of the powerful countries are the ones who are controlling the media. So in the issue of tourism and advertising tourism in developing countries, Mauritius being one of them, what do you think they can do to stand out and be noticed in the world?
You see, one of the major problem, or which is one thing which I find very tragic, is the media, the perception. For example, if they have to show, I won't say all media, okay, because I want to be very careful, and if they want to portray a particular country, just like in Africa, or even Mauritius to some extent. Mauritius is, we have a good name, fortunately, we are portrayed well, we've got that luck of being well known, so our tourist industry is well received in the world, wherever I go. But even in terms of perception, it's very important that the media portrays. But then we cannot just blame the media. We have to blame the people which are in their respective countries. They should develop their own communication. They should try to show to the rest of the world that the perception that they have is wrong. This is where African leaders, I may say, even people from other developing countries, they should do their own PR. They should not just depend and say, okay, the media is from Europe, the media is from America, they just say what they want. We should be having, or as a as an ambassador from a developing world, I say we should be having that capacity. This is why we are here for, to question the mainstream, question what is happening, and try to show to the whole world that the perception that is being given is wrong, and we should show that we are different. So this is where there should be a win-win situation, and this is where I feel that the leaders of the respective countries, they should question and they should try to reform their institution to ensure that the right picture is being given to the whole world.
Thank you very much. Also, in your presentation, you spoke about collaboration. I would like to ask if Mauritius is collaborating with any other, maybe any of your neighboring countries in the area of tourism.
This is, do you know, Mauritius, there is known as ce qu'on appelle les îles vanille, you know, all the different islands around. So they are trying to develop a type of tourism product connecting all the different islands. And then Madagascar and all these different islands. And moreover, Mauritius also is trying to, we are part of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. So, and within that, we try to connect with the all different countries. So Mauritius is trying to develop different types of tourist products, not only tourists coming to Mauritius, but tourists trying to have a combination to do. For the beach, they come to Mauritius, and the sun. For the safari, they go to Africa. So all these types of products are being developed in order to attract and satisfy the demand of the different types of tourists.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
My other question is Mauritius attraction, because I came across with the Mauritius culture when I was in undergraduate, and they have amazing dances, the beach dance, and yeah.
This is our national folklore.
Yeah.
And the Sega, people should know that it is like an African dance, and these are the people, you know, from Africa and partly from India, after working the whole day in the sugarcane fields, okay, they used to sit by the fire, and then they used to dance. And this is where the Sega came.
Okay, but my question is, what makes Mauritius unique? Because in beaches, you have Maldives where they have amazing beaches. You have different countries, even in Africa, coming from east and southern part, they have amazing beach. So what makes Mauritius unique in terms of, apart from having beaches and other things?
See, what makes Mauritius unique is our multiculturality. That is, Mauritius is a multicultural country. It is just like a showcase to the whole world of different religions living very happily, and different people from the different continent living in Mauritius. This is one. And the second thing that makes Mauritius very different is in terms of its political stability, is in terms of its institutions, which are made mostly rightly governed, where we have the good rule of law, where we have all the different business conditions, and we try to improve day by day. And finally, I should say that if you come to Mauritius, you know, people talk about the smile of Mauritians. Mauritians are very smart people, and they are doing very well. And these are all the tricks, I should say, that we Mauritians we use.
And another last thing, in terms of tourism, it seemed like Mauritius has really improved from before and now. So what can you advise countries, let's say in Africa, do in order to improve their tourism industry?
What you can do, the very first thing that you can do, I think countries in Africa, they are already cooperating with Mauritius. As an ambassador, that we should say that the institutions, you know, in Africa, Mauritius is part of Africa, I should say, and please, okay? Make no mistake, we are Africans, I am an African, but we should try to link. I think what is more important now, we try to concentrate too much on Europe, on other countries. Because if you look at Africa, for example, the African continent, I may say, the mainland, not Mauritius, if you look at the population in 2050, I think, is going to be, I think, 50 million or 500 million. Please correct me. You will see, okay? So there's already a big market in Africa only for tourism. So if we cooperate, if we have a type of link, if we have to have a type of collaboration among institutions, do you know that Mauritius we have a hotel training school which is ranked 1 by SADC where we train all the different people within the industry in that school. So we should try to come together, to try to have vertical integration, try to develop products. But what is most important is stability, is the rule of law, it's a law and order. And that's where we need to make sure that the destination is safe. And people come to Mauritius because we are a very safe destination. This is one of the main reasons.
All right, thank you. I think that's it we have.
I think one more question, my final question. We are in the era of digitalization, digital revolution. So, are there plans? Is Mauritius using this era to promote tourism and in that manner promote trade? Are there plans for Mauritius to use the digital revolution to improve in this area?
I am against the whole of robotic because we are just becoming less and less human in terms of our feelings. I feel that the best tourist would be we go to a nice safari, okay, in the mainland of Africa. You come to Mauritius on the beach where you forget your phone, you forget your iPad, you forget all these things. You go back to nature. That's where Mauritius, I feel, we are trying to develop ecotourism. We are trying to develop mountaineering. We are trying to develop different products because, if you give the same thing, if people are coming from Europe, from China, very rich people or people, tourists, they are coming, and you provide them with the same type of thing. So what is the meaning of going, okay, as a tourist elsewhere? You have to find different things. So this is what we Africans, we have to offer. We don't realize we have a fortune, and we should make use of that to offer that to the whole world.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much for your time and for your inspiring words. Thank you.